Hi, I'm Dr. Setu Havnoor, Faculty of Psychology. I specialize in cognitive sciences, which has a lot to do with brain. And next week is International Brain Awareness Week. And this workshop on neuropsychology, looking at brain behavior relationships, was one of the events that I had organized on the occasion of Brain Awareness Day. And I hope those who attended and those who are listening to this will take a lot home about how brain injury impacts us and how these are studied and patients are helped.
I was very interested in attending that neuropsychology workshop that was announced because in the last couple of years I have become interested in psychology in general for both personal and academic reasons. I understood the difference at a very fundamental. I went in very raw, so I understood the difference between somebody who practices psychology, neurology, and neuropsychology, which I understand is a very new discipline in India. So it was very exciting for me to be made aware of some of the cutting-edge research, knowledge that's being created in India. So it was interesting to be pointed out that the brain is physical, chemical, and electrical, and each of these things means something very specific for normal brain function, as well as in the case of an injury or any kind of trauma. What this means for how the brain functions, how we perceive the world. It was extremely interesting to be made aware of all of this really exciting research.
We had a neuropsychology workshop where we learned about the brain and behavior. Dr. Shweta Kadaba, our instructor, she told us about how her field is rare, and especially in India where people don't know about it, how she had to tell neurosurgeon and people she had to work with how specifically what she does and what she doesn't do. Learning about that was interesting because I wasn't very aware about neuropsychology in India, especially either. So just learning about that was quite fun.
So for me, neuropsychology workshop was very interesting because she showed videos and PPT where we learned how brain functions and how it shows, like when you interact with people, how differently you act. Also, she showed one papers where we did some tests, and it was very fun.
So we did Stroop's activity in neuroscience workshop, and it was really interesting because it's something that's connected to brain and you get to know a lot about your brain. And we also learned that not everything related to like memory forgetting and stuff is connected to dementia or you having early problems related to brain. So it was quite informative for us, and as a psych student I feel very grateful to have that knowledge given to me.
My key takeaways from the neuropsychology workshop that we had with Dr. Shweta was to see how interdisciplinary neuropsychology is. It's a mix of psychology, cognitive neuroscience, and the medical field all coming together to form neuropsychology, and that was very interesting for me. I've never really heard about neuropsychology before, and I did not really know what it was about. So this workshop really gave me a lot of insight into that. And I think one thing that really resonated with me was that how much work they put in with traumatic brain injury patients and helping them learn some interventions and try and get back to their normal lives, even though it's quite difficult. But the neuropsychologists do their best with the medical team to make them get back to their normal life, and that was very touching for me.
Also, we also had a couple of activities that we had done in class that was very interesting for me, and it got my attention the entire time because I got to find out a lot of interesting things, like she said, treating patients with post-trauma brain injury, and even though the giving them the hope of living and recovering, even though there is a lot of risk along with it. But she also showed about how patient you have to be with them, and how everything just goes in place, and you have to kind of just keep them very engaged and make them active, make their brain active, and a lot of other things like that. So when we had done a few activities, I got the opportunity to do the cube puzzle matching, So that was very interesting. I got a bit of help because I could not do it alone. But I kind of wanted to do now, maybe if I don't find interest or if I want to discover something other than counseling, I think I will definitely go for neuropsychology because it is very interesting, and I do want to learn a lot more about it, and hopefully we get more sessions soon about it.
Definitely.
Yeah, maybe more external people like that will get us engaged. Even though it was slightly long, but her PPTs were very informative and the classes were very engaging. She did not make us feel like, it was like a proper lecture. So it was very engaging and I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.